Well, we'll top off the video with some good news, everybody. The Czech publisher for the Mass Effect board game says they're going to drop the pronouns because thankfully that department of the company has two brain cells to rub together and realized this is bad for business. So they're dropping them. Good for them. Congratulations. However, what's not good is what's going on over here at Amazon. Now, as you know, Amazon is deciding to take over production of video game adaptations, apparently because Hollywood can't be bothered to do it. And so, well, and if you think Amazon is separate from Hollywood, I do because those are old hats in Hollywood and Amazon's kind of a new studio. Not that it's any better, but I consider them separate because of simply the timing of where they exist in, media's existence, if you will. I consider the Amazon studios a fresh idea rather than the stagnating ideas over there in Hollywood. So we have the Mass Effect TV series is in the works at Amazon from the Fast 9 writer. I think that's the one with the nuclear submarine chasing the cars across the frozen lake. And Dom is evil in that one because he has a child. And that happened. Anyway, a Mass Effect TV series is officially in development at Amazon MGM Studios, Variety has learned. This comes from Variety, obviously. You saw the logo up top. Daniel Casey is set to write and executive produce the adaptation. We got Zarek here, who's going to be the executive producer with his Cedar Tree Productions with Aria Rod and EA's Michael Gamble, also executive producing. Cedar Tree is currently under an overall deal with Amazon MGM Studios. The exact plot is not clear. However, back in 2021, there was an effort to make a TV series happen through Amazon, but ultimately the project apparently withered away and didn't happen. And now this new effort is being sort of a restart on that. And so this is what Gizmodo had to say about it. I almost mispronounced their name. It's Gizmodo. This is what they had to say. While little is known about the show, as we learned from Variety, there's hope from Mass Effect heads over at IO9 that the show will not follow Commander Shepard's storyline, because who would want that? It's not like you played all these video games with this guy. Come on. It's like, yeah, it's like this whole thing about these Spider-Man movies, these Spider-Man character movies. We're going to put Spider-Man characters in movies without Spider-Man. What is the point? What was Venom, right? What was going on with Venom? That was just like, we're going to do stuff with CGI and make a whole bunch of really, really inappropriate jokes about slime. And that's what we're going to do. And they made 3 movies out of it without Spider-Man. And it's a little strange. Just like this would be very strange if you tuned into the Mass Effect show and all of a sudden, no Normandy crew. It's just some other group of jackasses out there in the internet. Space, the internet, space is internet, right? No, I don't know. I'm just tired. My God, this is so exhausting. Like, they're still doing that episode of Concord in that free play show that Amazon's working on. This stuff just fries my brain. Like, who would want to put together a Mass Effect show where the characters that have made the franchise are not present? They're not. It's not like Legos where you can just take the space guy and put him in the cowboy land, and that just happened. You play around with space guy in cowboy land, and there's a spaceman. He's going to shoot up the town or something, And no, okay, you can't do that with these established franchises. It's very silly. It's stupid. It's stealing the name and applying it to a fan fiction. How about that? So you have Gizmodo over here telling them to write a fan fiction as opposed to an adaptation. Mm-hmm. And so they want to see an expansion of the universe beyond the Normandy crew, and I don't think that's smart. I think that it would be wise for Amazon MGM and Cedar Tree to do a direct adaptation, as what we're learning about the God of War adaptation going on here. And so this comes to us from Windows Central, rather, not Widows Central. It's a little weird. Windows Central. I'm tired, guys. I'm sorry. This is just so mentally exhausting to keep going through this over and over and over again. You and I both know what is going to happen with this adaptation. It is going to be chock full of propaganda, especially after what has happened in the recent election. They have no filter. They can't resist. So here we go. Amazon previously partnered with Bethesda Game Studios and Kilter Films on the Fallout TV series, which arrived earlier in 2024 to critical acclaim. As I said, Amazon apparently is the only one that wants to tackle video games. But Winning 2 Emmys and reaching over 100 million viewers, a second season is currently in production. If you didn't know, congratulations, now you know. Amazon is also currently working with PlayStation Productions and Sony Santa Monica on a God of War TV series with the Santa Monica's Cory Barlog, not Balrog. That's originally how I read that. I was like, wow, how'd you end up with Balrog for a last name? But then I was like, oh no, I've got fantasy dyslexia. So anyway, and Yumi Yang attached as executive producers. This person who wrote this article is curious how this Mass Effect show ends up working, considering the focus on making player decisions matter and carrying forward is such a big part of why those games resonated with this player and others. Now, as a person who watched Mass Effect being played on TV, I did not. I watched it with my friends, and that was it. I was on the couch in the same room that Mass Effect was being played on. Okay, that's it. All right, I didn't get into it myself. Mass Effect is not a property that I understand that will have a problem with this adaptation. If you remember, your decisions in Halo matter, not in a great effect, but they do matter. And so they ended up making a Halo show just fine. I mean, it sucks, but you know what I mean? They ended up going through with it. So what'll happen with this one is just be the order of events. It is not like the whole game changes unless you set out to change it, okay? Unless you set out to deliberately alter what would be a normal course of events for the Normandy crew. All right? And that's the gist of what we're looking at, though. And they've also got this, I think it's called Free Play going on there. It's the one with all the spooky, weird video game adaptions that kind of sort of look like the original. It's where Pac-Man's like one of those Harry Potter golden ball things from Quidditch. It's a Quidditch ball. You know, it's weird. That's from the people who brought us Love, Death, and Robots. That's got the Concord episode in it that no one's going to understand whatsoever. It's going to be great when that comes out. I can't wait to review it. I have a Prime account, so I might just go specifically watch that episode, force myself to watch that episode, because my God, is it going to be funny. But just like this one, though, I would disagree with these guys that Mass Effect should be something that differs from what you saw on screen playing the game. As I said earlier, it would be very stupid to call it Mass Effect and then put you on board with a crew that you don't know. That's ridiculous. Imagine doing Back to the Future, but it has nothing to do with Doc Brown and Marty McFly or a DeLorean. It's just time-traveling cars. You know, it's like Fast... Oh, wait, that's probably Fast 20, right? See, they had an opportunity with Fast 8 to make it about time travel because it looks like an infinity loop, right? But they didn't. They didn't do that. Maybe they're saving it for Fast 20, where they, convert another Pontiac Fiero into a vehicle it was never intended to be. But I digress. Clearly, I'm more interested in Fast and the Furious than this Mass Effect TV show, and I suspect you are as well, because your expectations for this are probably even lower than mine, considering you know this franchise a lot better than I do. Let me know what you think about this down in the comments below, and as always, guys, good luck out there.